talkSPORT Clips of the Week.
It's time for the Clips of the Week now. And Andy, would you care to kick us off?
I'd love to, and we start with Alan Brazil and Jamie O'Hara on breakfast discussing the hot topic of Premier League players' wage reductions.
They can come up with a great sum to give money to the NHS and to some of the staff that keep the match days going. Yeah. And I think if it was done that way, a gun to the head, they'd gladly do it.
I think if a gun was to my head, sorry, Jamie. I think if a gun was put to my head, I'd probably gladly do it as well. You know, that may just tip a few of the players over the edge. And here's newsreader Joe Shannon, who's clearly been moonlighting.
talkSPORT Sports Update.
I'm Joe Shannon, leading sports lawyer.
Yeah, okay. He never told us, did he? It's double bubble for him, isn't it? Leading sports lawyer by night, newsreader by day.
He's going to be busy if it all goes wrong in the football. Anyway, here's Ray Parlour on breakfast, saluting the tune.
As Ali says there, the most loyal supporters ever is Newcastle. They'll go home and away when even if they're going for a rough spell, they'll be there in their drones.
They'll be there in their drones. Yeah, well, I mean, if you've ever been away to St James's Park, the away fans of that you need a drone, I think, to get up there.
Yeah, good view from up there, anyway.
Fisherman's Blues now, and stand-in host Keith Arthur had an amazing fact.
Horse eggs. I thought people would work out what horse eggs were when I put a post on social medias, but they didn't. Horses lay eggs. They lay them in piles.
Yeah, sorry, Keith, they're not eggs, mate. They might be brown, but you make that omelette tonight, you're in for a shock, Keith. Oh, dear. I should say there, by the way, that Keith's in for Nigel, by the way. Nigel's had coronavirus, so we do wish him a speedy recovery. He's been laid low by it, so Nigel, if you are listening, get well soon. We look forward to hearing you back.
So, yeah. Absolutely. Now, this is the TalkSPORT Caller of the Week to the Sports Bar.
Is that Craig?
Can't hear you.
Is it Craig? Is it Carl or Craig?
It's Carl.
Carl?
Hello?
talkSPORT Caller of the Week.
Is it Carl or is it Craig? Hello! Back to Big Alan, chatting about footballers in isolation.
So we're no football for the foreseeable future. Players are having to find new ways to fill the town. And in TalkSPORT Breakfast, we've brought you a whole host of big footballing names. Watford keeper Ben Foster, Palace winger Andros Toysend.
Andros Toysend, yeah, I've never really pronounced like that before.
Yeah, so last we have a variation on this old Jeff Boycott classic.
McLaren, BAE Systems and Rolls-Royce have...
Hello, what happened there? That's the wrong clip.
David Lloyd I have on the phone. David?
There we are. There we got there in the end.
David, yes. And
anyway, back to our fine news readers and Ross Powell going a bit Peaky Blinders.
And West Midlands Police are investigating reports linking Aston Villa skipper Jack Grealish with an incident in Solihull on Sunday.
Jack Grealish. Arthur. Yeah, what's next, Andy?
Yeah, meanwhile, Jenny Barsby popped over to New Jersey.
McLaren, BAE Systems and Rolls-Royce have joined forces and will be making 10,000 ventilators.
Voices!
Voices!
Get out of here, the voices. So this is back to Keith on Fisherman's Blues, chatting to a caller about fisheries.
It's an essential service, Tim. When fish have to be fed, like Pete Cockrell's in the same situation. You've got stock that has to be fed, otherwise it's it's animal cruelty almost.
Almost. Not feeding them. I'd say it's basic animal cruelty, surely, isn't it?
Very cruel, I would say.
It would be, yeah.
And Jim White now introducing a guest, or is it a quiz?
He was at Leeds United. He was back at Sheffield Wednesday on loan. He was a terrific player. He really was. And when I say Carlton Palmer, good afternoon, we all know who I mean.
Is it A, Danny Wilson, or B, David Hurst, or C, Carlton? I think we probably would have got that one. It was quite easy. Now, this is Kent Garrison, the US sports expert, not the army base in Gravesend. That really is his name. And do we really need to tell Kent for the third time that the word he's looking for is onus? That's onus.
You know, like I said, the big question is, the anus is on them if Bryan Krantz is going to come back or not. The first one was supposed to be Harrison Ford. The second one was obviously Luke Skywalker. And this third one was supposed to be Princess Leia. She's no longer here, obviously. And so, you know, the anus is on them to kind of make it work.
Right. Netflix
UK has some recent films. You know, the anus is on you to find whatever you want to watch.
It's onus, Kent. Could somebody tell him?
Do that?
I don't know. He does it again.
There is a massive difference, isn't there?
There is. Well, we're not doing the quiz onus or anus. Put it that way. I don't know where that's going. We'll let Jim and the gang do that one. I don't even know what that would look or sound like, and I don't think I really want to. Okay, Andy, and finally.
And finally, Ray Parlour on Breakfast issuing a come and get me plea to Classic FM.
On this way in 1800, this absolute floor filler hit the charts. Oh, wow, absolute classic. Yes, on this day, 220 years ago, Ludwig van Beethoven put in his first performance of Symphony in C.
Ludwig van Beethoven. I bet Miley's not looking over her shoulder. Oh, dear me. Fantastic. Yeah. So there we are. There's good old Ray. There's your clips of the week. And thank you to Roger in Durham, Alan Jenkins, Paul Forrestal, Bob Carlo G's, John McGooner, Holden, Jonathan Turner, Jonesy, Bob in Arbroath, Zoggy the Gooner, Leighton in West London, no it's not, it's in East London, Ruthless Gordon, Mark Horwood, Chris Sheld and Bresler Stevenson. They all heard clips on talkSPORT.